probably not ideal. But is it good for the boys who probably want to get back into it, make up for last week?
Yeah, I think the positive is it means that we can sort of hopefully correct the wrongs from the weekend and get on with the job. And obviously, really disappointing result, but the 6-day break gives us an opportunity to sort of hopefully get back on the park and correct it pretty quickly.
John spoke about the midfield group on Saturday night. What have you guys sat down and taken from last week's game?
Oh, we think that something we pride ourselves on, contested footy. They absolutely smashed us, and we know that Geelong are a really quality side and have been for a number of years, and they've got some sensational players in there that really showed us up with contested ball and work rate. So it's something we pride ourselves on, and we get an opportunity to correct that on Friday night.
What's the solution, mate? It's obviously a bit of inconsistency and everything. So what do you think the solution from here?
The solution is we just look at our best footy, which we've played at different stages this year, and train really hard today, and just look at moving forward and try and work on some things today and correct it this weekend.
It must all feel quite urgent in a way, I guess. Like only 3 or 4 weeks to the finals, and it's all coming up pretty quick, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're still only a percentage out of the 4, and there's still 4 weeks to go. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it's urgent. I mean, it's a critical game for us this week, but there's still 4 weeks, and we've got time to really work out and correct these inconsistencies, and really need to get moving a bit. But we certainly feel like there's enough time in the next 4 weeks to make sure we can get ourselves up and going.
What about the back end of games? That looks to be a concern as well, that the second halves haven't been good.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the numbers, the second half haven't been great. I think probably more particularly our third quarters, and I think it's not really a physical thing. It's probably more a mindset thing, and clearly it's been a reflection of our inconsistent, probably last 6 weeks. I think, clearly it's a mindset, and it's something we need to correct because certainly it's cost us in recent weeks.
Do you put the difference? I mean, you guys against Adelaide were amazing, smashed them. What Geelong did to you in the second half. Do you put that down to just the work rate, or like you said, just mindset?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily. I think it's a mixture of both. Probably a work rate thing and also a mindset thing. And clearly Geelong players out-hunted us and outworked us, and I don't think physically they're necessarily a fitter side than us. I think that from that point of view, it's clearly a mindset, which is disappointing because it's something that generally we're really good at for most parts of the year. So, as I said, we'll work hard today and make sure we try and fix it this week.
Is there still a positive belief that you can make that top 4 and make a run?
Oh, clearly we're 4% out of the 4 on even points as Bulldogs. So, with 4 weeks to go, so I wouldn't say there's no belief. There's a massive belief knowing that our best, can stand up, and we've shown this year our best footy is good enough against the best teams. But we've also shown we've had some really poor quarters and it's cost us. So we're trying our hardest at the moment to make sure we do our best to correct those, those inconsistencies. And we've got a great opportunity, as I said earlier, against the Pies this Friday night.
How critical is it to have these players, your best players, fully fit, Dan, to make that happen?
Yeah, look, it really helps, but at the same time, we feel like we've got enough players through the whole squad to be able to come in and play a role for us. So hopefully we can get some players back this week, but whether we do or don't, we still feel we've got enough guys that can get the job done.
One of those guys, Lance Franklin, are you hoping to have him?
Hopefully. I think he'll train today, and we'll see how he pulls up. Whether he plays today or not, plays this week, I'm not entirely sure. No doubt he'd help though.
Is he expected to train today?
I think so. I mean, I actually haven't spoken to him. He was sort of pretty jovial this morning, so if that means he's going to train and play, that's great. I'm not too sure though.
How hard is it without him when he's not out there? Like, what difference does it make him there, not there?
I think we've shown this year. We've had some games against Port where guys have stepped up. Reedy and Goodsy have come in and kicked 3 goals and played important roles for us and won, against quality sides. So, I mean, I think, he's an amazing player and he helps us, and, he's important for our structure. But certainly there's guys in our team we feel are good enough to step in and fill the void.
Collingwood would be pretty upbeat this week, obviously snapping that losing run, and Hannebery and Swan were pretty impressive in the middle. They're going to be tough. Yeah, I think
certainly they've had a really impressive year. Their win-loss record probably doesn't reflect the footy they've played. I think they've just come up short against Freo and Hawks and played some really good footy throughout the year. So we know what we're up against, and I mean, obviously their midfield's a superstar midfield. So it's going to be an extremely tough test. As you said, they're up and about. So we're looking forward to the challenge.
Yourself personally, are you really hurting after last week?
Oh, look, we're all disappointed, like most of the group. We looked at it and had a bit of a chat about it, and understand how important it is, especially for us guys in there. We sort of set the tone for the group, and we need to make sure we're on top at different stages of the game, and we weren't able to do that on the weekend, and as one of the main reasons why we got rolled.
Do you feel it's happening quite frequently though? I mean, against Hawthorn, we saw that the team couldn't hit their targets. West Coast slaughtered in the midfield again, and then on the weekend against Geelong couldn't get your hands on the ball.
Oh, I think yes and no. As I said, I think there's been inconsistencies throughout the whole team throughout the year, which has been disappointing. Particularly our probably last 4 or 5 weeks, we haven't quite hit our straps. Certainly, there's a number of guys throughout the midfield group that are proud footballers, and we know that they're going to try and do their best to make sure we come back strong this week.
The thing, I guess, looking from afar, from the stands, I mean, it's inconsistency is not something that people have come to expect from the Swans over the years. Generally, they come to the footy, they know what they're going to see from the team.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. I suppose there's a few guys, myself included, amongst that group in the last probably 4 or 5 weeks that have had their colours lowered and probably haven't played the footy that we've wanted to play. And for whatever reason that is, you can't really pinpoint. It's a number of different things, but we know there's only one remedy for it. It's training hard today, getting a really strong mindset going into the game, and that's the only way you can change form in a team and individually. So we're trying to do that this week.
Dan, how's Mike Pike going managing his injury? Is he upbeat about it?
Yeah, I think it's an ongoing thing, week to week. He's just trying to make sure he manages it with his training loads and recovery. And I've spoken this week, but I think he's a chance to play.